Alright, so we just got done watching Sailor Moon Season 2, or Sailor Moon R, Episode 13, or overall, we're on Episode 59 now.
And I would say this is
a season finale of sorts,
yes,
despite...
This is the
restructure.
Best Sailor Moon, best episode of an anime I've ever seen in my life.
Really? You'd say so?
I genuinely love this episode.
I'd say that this was definitely... So, because we very quickly ramped up the stakes in this, versus the first season finale... This story arc, really pulled off something really grandiose very quickly, very lore heavy and very biblical of sorts.
Yes,
and really is going to leave us with actually quite an interesting sort of narrative going forward now that Mamoru has returned in
and
full form.
is fully aware. A lot of our hypotheses from the last review
turned out true. Yeah,
we pretty much hit the nail on the head.
Before we get into this, I wanted to ask you, who's your favorite sailor?
I'd say I like Sailor Moon.
Mm-hmm.
I do like Sailor Moon. I don't dislike her. I like Sailor Mercury, but I think my favorite's got to be Sailor Mars.
Okay. Yeah, mine's Sailor Mars.
And it's it's close. I do like Sailor Moon, and I think one thing I do respect with Sailor Moon is I like that she's so dependent and she has so much faith and love.
Yeah.
I like that Sailor Mercury is she likes her cram school. She's smart and she's tech savvy.
Yeah,
I do like that. But I think when it comes down to as a Sailor Mars.
Yeah, without a doubt. As I said before, I like a nice bossy sort of character.
She would carry the conversation.
Tsundere or whatever, tsundere kind of thing.
As you might know from Young Sheldon, sometimes we don't pick up on social cues, and I think Sailor Mars would shove those social cues down our throats.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's funny.
But
so this episode is very lore heavy. This reminded me of some of the later episodes of season 1. A lot of this episode is
my nipples on it.
I know it's because how excited he is about this Doom Tree.
The love.
So the Makajio, which is the Doom Tree, reveals its history and its purpose. Basically, the Sailor Senshi have to save Usagi. The rest of the Sailor Scouts have to go in. They go in, and the tree lets them in.
But before I believe it was Sailor Mars was about to basically kill the tree.
Oh yeah,
blow it up.
She's about to just burn it down.
I believe it was Sailor Venus. Sailor Jupiter stops her.
Sorry, Sailor Jupiter is about to blow it down. Sailor Mars stops her. Are
you sure?
Something like that. It wasn't Sailor Mars was about to blow it down.
But she's a fire. You sure it wasn't fire?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so I think Sailor Venus, Sailor Jupiter, the green one, stops her and says, "Hey, wait! I think the Doom Tree's sentient." And then it opens up and lets them in.
Yeah.
And then they believe they're trapped. And then we cut to a scene of the Doom Tree it's a battle between Ali and En.
Yeah.
And the Doom Tree is holding both in its grasp, holding Mamoru and Usagi.
Yeah. And
they are fighting. The two antagonists are fighting. Take all the life from because Ali wants Usagi to live because he loves Usagi, and En wants. Mamoru to live.
So they're
fighting. They're fighting. There's
yeah.
conflict between the two antagonists saying, steal all the souls from him, steal the energy from her.
Yeah.
And the tree eventually drops both of them.
Yeah.
And because there's so much turmoil. And the sailors come and see what's going on. Usagi turns into Sailor Moon. So they're a big reveal. Everyone knows who everyone is.
Yeah. And
then Usagi goes to Mamoru, who's kind of dying and in pain, and says, I'm your dumpling head.
Yeah.
And I love you, and I'm going to save you. And she assumes she's not going to make it through this. This is her professing her love, saying, there's no time for me to beat around the bush. I got to tell him what's up. And basically she tries to she sacrifices herself. And she blocks the energy attack from
Wakanda.
From Wakanda Forever. She blocks the energy attack from En. And Ali is there.
Yeah.
And he's kind of there's a lot of montage scenes where it's energy. She's very evil looking right now still.
Yeah.
She was slower to warm up to the feeling of love.
Yeah.
And he's sitting there kind of
you see his eyes kind of
he's alert. Out. He's like, oh my god, this is love.
This is love. It's just seeing Mamoru
and
Sailor
she's
together.
getting beaten down and she's gonna die. And
you ever have moments like that in your real life where you see other people actually being truly in love and you feel that kind of thing where you're like, maybe this is real. Maybe this is real, And they definitely conveyed that quite well in this episode.
Yes, it was a very heartwarming episode.
Yeah,
and it was a good episode of closure.
It was a lot of closure this episode. We should get into the specifics of it here.
And basically,
love wins. This whole episode is truly love wins, and it's it's not like it doesn't have caveats. It doesn't have like sort of any real like the caveat is that the Doom Tree, which has been a MacGuffin of sorts since season 1, since the very beginning of season 1.
Reveals its true nature.
Reveals its true nature, and it is not the Doom Tree. It's the Tree of Life. In a biblical sense, it's literally the Tree of Life.
And basically, to get to that, I'll gloss over real quick. Sailor Moon's about to die, and N's going to kill her. And she says, "Do whatever you want to me. My life doesn't matter. Just don't hurt Mamoru."
Mm-hmm.
And then
she says,
"I can die. It doesn't matter."
When and Ali says though, N says something along the lines of. Are you kidding me? The most valuable thing a person has is their own life.
And should you write down the good quote?
Yeah.
Something about love cannot be forced. It is. I'm gonna Google this right now.
See if you can find it.
This is a good line.
But there's some choice quotes in this. Purify me with the power of love. Sounds like a Huey Lewis in the News song or something. He refers to Usagi Tsukino, this being Ali, refers to Usagi Tsukino as the Andromeda of his heart. You remember that?
Yeah.
That's pretty wild. So basically, this there's the last sort of, I'd say 8 minutes or so of this episode are start with the Doom Tree explaining why, here, Ali and N, give me love. Everybody give me love.
And
that is all I ever needed in the first place. It was a test. It was all a little game.
And the whole thing is that Doom Tree was a sentient being, a godlike creature.
It was the first thing to ever exist.
Created life, which created Ali and N's race.
Yeah.
And because it was lonely.
And there were many.
And there's many of them. And they
worshipped the tree.
And they all worked together in like a loving
loving
family. And then eventually, such as Adam and Eve, which Ali and N, E and A.
Yeah, we noticed that. Ali and N are...
and Ali is the male
one.
And
two, I'll do a quick thing here, but keep talking.
And basically, such as with Adam and Eve, the offspring of the tree eventually grew power-hungry, envious, and they ended up destroying their planet. And everyone died except Ali and N. And basically, the Doom Tree was slowly corrupted by the vile nature of its creation. And the Doom Tree needed love to finally break out of its dark mold. And after seeing N basically is, Ali. Ali's basically
N translates to circle. That's all I got. And Ali does not translate to anything.
But N basically, he understands the love. And the Doom Tree ends up killing Ali.
Yeah.
Ali understands the love and ends up killing N.
Yeah.
And Ali starts crying over her dead body as Usagi's crying over the dying body of Mamoru. Yeah. And the love that they both have for each other's companion ends up breaking the curse kind of around the Doom Tree. And which what JP said, the Doom Tree says the great quote, "Purify me with the power of love to Sailor Moon."
Yep.
And she does. And then they enter this kind of spirit realm inside the tree. And the tree explains everything. And then the tree, since it now has the power of love, resurrects N. Yeah.
And Mamoru in theory.
And then we have we have the conclusion that the Sir Moon Knight King, whatever came.
Yeah, Moon Knight King comes. I wrote it down actually. It's Moonlight Knight.
Moonlight Knight. He comes and he kind of helps out a little bit.
Yeah, he doesn't really do much. He basically just provides a little bit of backstory.
And as we did actually guess,
this. I don't know if we guessed this on camera or not. But
I think, did we not? I
don't know. You might have, yeah.
But
the Moonlight Knight is it's the subconscious will of Mamoru's love for Usagi. Yeah.
And he says I'm the subconscious love for Sailor Moon.
I can't believe how huge of a hit Sailor Moon was in North America with this type of level of shit.
You know what?
So we have like a floating sentient tree in space that created an alien race.
Hypothetically, though,
it's crazy.
We don't know because whether this episode was
No. There's no way they cut this episode.
No. Whether the episode was cut or not, the dialogue could have been very changed.
Well, here we go. Dub changes. Nothing.
Really?
Nothing. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So.
But yeah.
Oh wow! You know what the North? So we actually never said this. Is called True Love Awakens: The Makaiju's Secret.
Makaiju's.
But the English title of this episode is Treed, as in freed, but treed. That's really bad. Yeah. Thank God we're watching this.
Maybe it's not even.
Part of me too thinks that we'd be able to blast through these if in a faster rate if they were doing English stuff.
Yeah, but it's not worth it.
It's not. It's
worth actually not worth it at all. But no, it's revealed, and then as the final conclusion to this is Allie and N, they're reunited.
Yeah.
And Mamoru's soul, his subconsciousness, it basically re-enters his body, and he becomes his true form once again with his memories.
Yeah.
And then the final scene is Allie and N find a little root from the Doom Tree.
Yeah.
That's what we call it. And they say, we're going to take this to a new planet and we're going to restart life.
Restart life with
the power of love.
With the power of our love.
Our love, yes.
Which I really liked, the specific
And then
love.
they're leaving, and as they're leaving, Usagi says to Mamoru, I hope they can finally find peace. And then Mamoru says, I'm sure they will.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, and then I think Usagi says...
No, he says, I'm sure they will, Usagi, and then that's how she now knows that all of his memories have been restored.
Yes, and then and she gives him a big hug, and then she ends off saying, I hope we do too.
Yeah.
Find peace.
And then it's basically implied that they're officially an item now, and then all the sailors are like kind of
excited
about it.
I want a good boyfriend like Mamoru.
Yeah. I'm kind of hoping, though, that what happens is that Mamoru gets to partake in some of the, like, more hidden... So, like, you know, they have, like, their secret identities and stuff. Yeah. I'm hoping Mamoru finds out that all the sailors are all of these individual girls. And, I mean, he will eventually, but I'm hoping that that's where we pick up next episode.
I'm hoping
and then we get to play with that in sort of with them at school and them out and about. I think that would be a fun direction to take it.
Also, I kind of want Mamoru to be part of their planning sessions with Artemis and Luna.
Yeah.
And to be kind of like...
Yeah, because he would be a good foil for a lot of the characters.
And he is the most mature.
And by him being there as the sort of male character that a lot of... that both... in early season 1... Sailor Mars had an affinity for Tuxedo Mask. And they dated briefly, I think, but it didn't work out.
And I think it'd be neat to have, rather than him just showing up out of nowhere, seeing him be a part of the planning.
Yeah, exactly. I think that would be
all it would be. It would just be the rose coming down.
The rose, and you do that in Act 1 or Act 2 instead of at the very end of Act 3.
I think I kind of like the idea of the damsel in distress, whether it's him now.
That would be fun. That he has the potential to be the damsel.
Yeah, exactly. And it's the fact that
they're not going to do that. What is this, 1993? Oh, yeah, maybe they would.
Well, we got a lot of boundary pushing in this.
Well, going forward, from what I've gathered, we're not going to spoil it just in case you're just following along. But there's some crazy stuff going forward, as far as I know. Yeah, I think that's about it. This was one of the best episodes. Yeah, this reawakened my interest in the series.
I don't know. This is one of those episodes where I'm like,
I could do 139. Was that what it is? 139. God damn it.
This is an episode where
141 more episodes of this.
This is an episode where it's like I understand why this is a good kids show because
the morals are so.
No, it is. It's comfy.
Hugely black and white.
There's been some really kind of stinkers and some kind of shitty ones. This one was really like the power of love. I don't know. I'm not a huge like power of love person, but after watching this one, I feel a little reinvigorated, whatever. Like. I feel juiced up.
Yeah. I think with that we can leave this.
Yeah, I think we'll leave it with that.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for watching.
See you next time.